Ever wonder why some people seem to climb fast while others stay stuck, no matter how hard they work? Patrick Bet-David breaks down the brutal difference between average effort and elite strategy, and it's probably not what you think. Let's dive in.
Playing a video game with 20 levels and never getting past level 5. Can you imagine that? You know what's crazy? Most people play life like that. They never get past level 5. So I told you it could be emotional here today. My goal today with this video, I only have 20 minutes with you. I wish I had a whole day with you, 2 days with you. My idea with this video today is to get you to start thinking about what your potential is. What is your true capacity? Why not someone like you wake up today and say, you know what? It's about time I go seek my capacity rather than just living a regular life. A lot of times people tell you and say, you got to reach your full potential. And people say, what is potential? I don't know what that even means. You got to reach your capacity.
Too many people settle early because they're surrounded by others who aren't leveling up either. If you want more, you have to disrupt your own comfort and actively seek what's beyond your current limits.
Don't be afraid to suck at the next level. Do not be afraid to suck at the next level. Because the reality part of life is, if you're able to do this, if you're not afraid of any of this stuff, one day you'll be able to say, I reached it. And even when you get in that moment and everybody tells you, that mindset of being an overachiever, the experiences you experience are priceless. It's priceless. And that a habit of you wanting to seek this, you know who also rubs off of that? Everybody that's around you. Your coworkers, your kids, your family, your spouse, your peers. You're going to rub some people the wrong way, and you have to understand why that is. I have a lot of friends that don't like me anymore. They used to love me at one point because I was stuck at this level and they were here. So they were glad I was making 36K and they were making 59K. They liked it. The moment I made $250,000, they didn't like me anymore. I had people that were making $500,000, I was making $250,000, they loved me. The moment I started making $3 million a year, they didn't like me anymore. I had people that were making $3 million, I was making $500,000, they loved me. They loved me, great. Then all of a sudden I go to 100 million, they don't like me anymore.
Being bad at something new is proof you're stretching your capacity. Growth always feels awkward before it becomes second nature, so learn to love that discomfort.
Most people with higher potential, they're lazy, they don't put a lot of work. Believe me, I mentor a lot of people that I've seen here, their capacity is here, but they're secretly so lazy. They don't put the work in because they can wing it and they're still beating this guy. So they think they're doing so well, but they're not. They're just bullying somebody below them. They're not good. They can't compete with somebody at their own level. No way. They'll get smashed by somebody that's really wanting to reach their capacity at their level. So they like to be around guys like this because it validates how good they are. Very interesting place to be. That's a person that never goes to the next level. Because every time you go to the next level, you're in the bottom 80%, and it sucks. Every time.
If you're only comparing yourself to people below your level, you're not growing. You're hiding. True potential is tested when you compete with those ahead of you, not behind you.
You got to be the lion at one point of your life. You got to say, all this time I've been a cat. All this time I've been a gazelle. It's time. I'm a lion now. Boom. And when you decide to become one, your wiring has to change. You can't wait for everybody else to do something, then you react to them. You don't go hit the weights because somebody else is hitting the weights. You hit the weights because you're trying to increase your energy. You don't get to work because somebody else is working. You're getting to work because you're leading everybody, because you're a leader, not a chaser.
Leadership starts when you stop needing permission to take action. Don't wait for energy or motivation. Be the source of it for others and yourself.
How are you having the same issue with 5 different people? I promise you it's not the people, it's you. So I want to fix this so I can move on faster. If I'm constantly trying to fix everybody, I'm the problem for the rest of my life. I had a loss, they rejected, they canceled, they changed their mind. So what? What can I do right now to conserve it? Can I keep this client?
Emotional maturity starts when you accept responsibility instead of blaming others. You'll grow faster by fixing your mindset than by fixing your environment.
Do you maximize the tools that you have around you? Social media. You know, this thing is purely a tool. This is nothing more than a tool. Do you maximize this tool? Do you maximize the social media stuff that's out there? Are you using it or not? I don't know. You know it. Do you maximize your talents, the abilities that you have? If you were to ask the top 5 people that know you very well, and you would ask, what are my most talented, top 5 talents that I have? People will say, you're an amazing communicator. Let me tell you, you're so intuitive. You can always read somebody and know if that person's a good person or not. You always know if somebody else you trust or not. Your intuition is amazing. Man, you are so good when it comes down to making people feel good. You're so good with math. You're so good with science. You're so good with this. People will tell you what you're good at. You know it. You've heard it multiple times in your life before. Are you maximizing your talents? Are you really doing that?
Your results are limited not by what you have, but how you use it. Social media and networking aren't distractions. They're leverage points when used with intention.
Every single time you level up to get to your capacity, you suck at the next level. We hate sucking at any level. You and I, we hate sucking. We had a visit this last week. I was in LA for a poker tournament. We had Kevin Hart that was hosting a charity tournament, and we gave away $25,000 to charity. I had Kevin Hart there. I invited Phil Hellmuth, and I had Michael Francis and 20 other friends. We had some of our executives. I rented this $75 million penthouse, 26,000 square feet, and we had a good time. Everybody showed up. We're playing a game. Afterwards, we go to dinner. I think we went to Fleming's. One of the conversations came up, and one of the guys said, you know, it's crazy in life. You make the money, and then once you make it, you're like, oh, man, I made it. What do I do now? The journey is what's exciting. I said, I disagree. He says, what do you mean you disagree? I said, you only feel you got there if you stop there. If you keep going to the next level, you suck at the next level. You're not doing anything at the next level.
Starting over doesn't mean failure. It means you're evolving. Don't confuse unfamiliarity with inadequacy. Each level tests you in new ways.
Never be afraid of sucking at the next level. So let me give you some pointers. This is how I process capacity for myself. And hopefully this can help you out. By the way, I have a bunch of points here. Okay, let me read you some of the points here that I'm not going to cover with you here. Okay? Write down your goals. Avoid the realistic and seek the potential. Take massive action. Stay persistent. Visualize imagination. Stop apologizing. 100% responsibility. Focus on a bigger picture. These are all right. They're all right, but you can watch them and read them in all these other books. I've written about it myself in other videos and other books I've written, but I want to give you stuff maybe you haven't heard of before. Number one, it must matter to you. It has to matter to you. Let me put it to you this way. This, whatever mine is, like this, tears. Immediately I can start crying thinking about it, okay? Because it matters to me. Yesterday we're at Thanksgiving dinner. Maral asked a question because she was trying to announce something to us. She says, so what are you most grateful for? Everybody gives their gratitude. My turn's coming up. What do you want to say? Family, this, that. I said, honestly, for me, it's the first time in my life where I feel there's some stability. I said, what do you mean? I said, I've never had stability in my life. What do you mean you never had stability in your life? In Iran? Never. Germany refugee camp? Never. Living in the U.S., parents divorced, back and forth, seeing my dad, living with my mom, there was no stability there. Joining the army, no stability there. Coming out of the army, trying to figure out what it is to be a civilian, getting a job, trying to pay off my $49,000, there's no stability.
If it doesn't scare you, it's not your next level. Failure isn't the enemy. Fear of failing is what really holds people back.
You can't wait for everybody else to do something, then you react to them. You don't go hit the weights because somebody else is hitting the weights. You hit the weights because you're trying to increase your energy. You don't get to work because somebody else is working. You're getting to work because you're leading everybody, because you're a leader, not a chaser. To reach your capacity, you can't be a chaser all the time. Eventually, you have to graduate being a chaser. And some tells me most of you guys are chasers. Most of you guys are people that are waiting to react to something happening. Capacity requires you to lead and to initiate. You can't chase and react all the time. You have to take the stuff that you're thinking about doing, come up with systems so you don't think about it anymore, and it just happens. Everything in life you got to create systems for. The more systems you have, leads me to the next point, you conserve energy. When you conserve energy, that energy is put into the bigger things that gets you to what? Your capacity. But you got to conserve your energy. Let me say it one more time. When you create systems on things that happen, you're not wasting your energy on small stuff. You're investing your energy into big stuff because you're conserving it, because you have systems. And then when you put it into the big stuff, Boom, growth happens. I remember when I would be busy, I'm like, oh my God, what do? I created a video called How to Strategize as an Entrepreneur. It's my favorite video of all time. It doesn't even have that many views. By far my favorite video of all time. Because when I was coming up as a sales guy, I became a salesman. I'm like, what do I do right now? I don't feel like I have anything to do. Energy, pick up the phone, call clients, pick up the phone, meet with clients, pick up the phone, meet with agents, pick up the phone, get off the internet, stop doing the paperwork, stop doing all this stuff, pick up the phone, go meet with somebody. Most productive thing I could do is sit right in front of somebody, touch them, sell them something, teach them something, get some referrals, connect. Next, what's my productive? That requires energy.
Your brain is too valuable to waste on repeatable tasks. Systems don't limit creativity. They protect your energy so you can use it where it matters most.
So capacity in life isn't just your talent that you have in your life. It's everybody around you, everything you have access to. That's capacity. So now let's answer the question. Why don't people reach their capacity? It's very simple. Remember how earlier I told you life is like a video game and you got to go to the next level? This part's going to make a lot of sense to you and it's going to be difficult for you to embrace this. But let me explain it to you. Here's what it is. Everybody in life, if these are levels, at some level, you're in the top 20%. Let me explain. Everybody is in the top 20% of some level. Here's what I mean. Say you play basketball. You could be the best basketball player if you play against 7th graders and you're a senior, but you're the best basketball player. No one can push you around, but you're not getting better. But you're in the top 1% of basketball players. Amongst 13-year-olds, you're 18.
Stop thinking of capacity as just your personal talent. Your environment, mentors, and tools are part of your capacity. And most people leave those assets untapped.
Sometimes the best food you eat, that recipe's technical. Sometimes reaching your capacity, that's a technical recipe. That doesn't make any sense. That includes fear and anxiety. And that's okay. It's like the hot sauce of life. Use it. Don't let it go. So now, you watched it. You take notes down. You get to a place. You feel good about it. You're in a good state. Second video, I want you to watch this. It's how to build a life plan. It's a one-page business plan. Click on this. It's that time of the year. One-page business plan. Write your one-page business plan. The goal is capacity. And then once you experience this, I want to know exactly what you're thinking as you're watching this video. I want to know your feelings. When you're watching this video, send me a tweet at Patrick by David. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, click on the subscribe button. Take care. Love you.
It's the hot sauce of life. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's a signal you're heading in the right direction. If your goals don't scare you, raise the bar. Success doesn't go to the most talented. It goes to the most focused. If this message resonated, lock in, stay sharp, and let's get to work.